Hello friends, welcome to Eclat Technology. Today we are going to learn Python typecasting. So typecasting means changing the data type of a value from one data type to another data type. So there are two types of typecasting or type conversion, that is implicit type conversion and explicit type conversion. Implicit type conversion means when Python's interpreter automatically converts one data type into another data type as per the requirement. So let us better understand this with an example. Here I'll declare a variable a with a value 7, another variable with value 2. Now let us quickly print the type of a as well as print the type of b. So here let me just clear it quickly. Yeah. So here variable a and variable b are of type int or class int. Now let us create another variable c where we will divide a by b. Okay, so what is the answer of 7 divided by 2? 3.5. Here 7 is an integer, 2 is an integer, but their division will be a floating point number, right? So let me just quickly also print the type of c. C. Here the variable a is of type int, variable b is of type int, and variable c is of type float, because variable c's value is of float, right? 3.5 is a float value. So here we did not change the data type. Here Python automatically changed the data type based on the requirement. So we are not stating anywhere to change the data type to float. Interpreter is changing the data type to float as per the requirement. So this is what implicit typecasting is. Now let us understand explicit type conversion. So here user or us convert the data by ourselves, or convert the data type of a variable by ourselves as per our requirement. Okay, so now suppose here I want let me just change the 10 3, and here now I'll print c also to see the value of c. Okay, print c. For now we will I'll also write it as this is the value of c variable. Okay, so here we will be printing the value of c variable. Let me just quickly run this. See, the value of c variable is 3.33335, right? Which is a very big value. But suppose there is a use case where I only want to print the integer part of the c, right? I do not want all of this floating point numbers. I just want the integer part of the c. So here what I can do is I can just convert the c into integer. Now for now the value of c is float, right? Here we can see the c is a floating point value. So here I'll quickly do c is equals to int of c. Now the floating point value will be converted to int as we have written it inside the integer function or int function, right? Now I will once again print the value of c. Okay, let me just clear this very quickly. Now I'll print the value of c. Here the value of c before type conversion is a floating point, and value of c after type conversion is integer value. So we just got the integer out of the floating point value. This is how we can do type conversion. Now we can also convert a string into integer and integer into string, but we have to make sure that the string value contains numbers only. Okay, so for better understanding I'll explain it with another example. Let me just comment it out. Okay, so suppose here I want to convert the a into a string. A is currently an integer. Okay, let me just comment this line also. A is currently an integer, right? We can check the type of A for better understanding. A is an integer, right? Now we will convert the A to a string. How can we do that? Simple. We can use the str function. This str function to convert the A into the string. So I'll do is A is equals to str of A. Now we will print the type of A again. Okay. I will remove the B to reduce the complexity of the code for better understanding. Okay, now I am printing the type of A after converting it to a string. See, first it was type of int, then I converted it into the string. Now it has become a string. Now it will act as a string only. So if you want to see the value of A, we can just print A. See, it is the same value, but it is in string format. So this is how you can convert an integer to float, or an integer to string, or a string to float, or string to integer if it has respective values. Here we have a program for understanding. Here what we are doing is we are declaring a variable age with value 25, okay, and roll number as a string value. Although it has numerical values, but it is inside the quotation mark. What I have stated before is anything inside the quotation mark will automatically become string. Now what we are doing here is we are converting the roll number to an integer value, okay, and then we are printing the roll number, right? So here I have converted the string value of roll number into an integer. Now float conversion, okay. So here we have a string, okay. Why I'm saying this is a string? Because it is wrapped inside the quotation marks. So we have a string in a variable called wait string, okay. Then we are going to convert this wait string into the floating point number using the float function. Oh, so the weight will get converted into the float function, right? And then we can print the weight, or we can check the type of the weight. It will become float after this conversion. Same here, we have a string. We have a value of pi in a string. We want to convert it to float. We can do it using the float function. Then here the same way we can convert a float value. This is a float value. Why this is not a string and float value? Because there is no quotation mark around it. So this is a float value, okay. Same way we can convert the float value to string using str function, right? We have fed the pi value to this, and now this pi value is converted into the string value, okay. So type function, I have already explained what type function does. Type function tells us the data type of a variable or object, right? So yeah, let us quickly revise what we have learned. Python typecasting. Python typecasting means converting the data type of a variable from one to another. There are two types of typecasting: implicit type conversion and explicit type conversion. In implicit type conversion, Python interpreter automatically converts the variable from one data type to another data type based on the requirement, right? It converts the one data type to another as per the requirement. And in explicit type conversion, user or we ourselves convert one data type to another using predefined functions. Which are the predefined functions? Int, float and string. Int converts any integer, any string value or float value into int, okay. And float converts any int value or string value into float, and string converts any int value and float value into string. So these are the functions for explicit typecasting. And yeah, that's all about today. Thank you.